in Abia. It is not only a question of card reader. We're not using card reader alone. We had other evidences which was laid out at the tribunal to say that these elections in these 3 local governments should have been nullified earlier because of violence. Because if you heard the evidence of PW20, which is Aham Nweke, he said that when the returning officer was cancelling those elections, he gave his reasons. He didn't even refer to the card readers. He said there were violence and marked with irregularities. That was the reason Professor Zumba gave for cancelling the elections. He didn't mention card readers. Card reader is only an additional. Do you understand? So there is no way where the case of Lagos and the case of Abia are the same. They are not. They are not. That they can easily be distinguished. And I think the learned judges did that.
Okay. Mr. Inem, yeah. you were echoing what she was saying.
Yes, echoing in the sense that...
you are not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
But you're on ground.
I was on ground. I was the second collection agent during the collecting center. I'm not talking about what people said. I'm talking about what happened. And in fact, I was in the court when the appeal court judgment. At least I heard them clearly. I didn't hear them say they were basing on their decision based on the non-use of card reader. And if we might recollect, during the April 11 election, INEC gave a statement that on no circumstance should manual accreditation, that even if it means carrying the election till the next day, that if the card reader is not working, that they have enough technical backup. There are 2 instances in 2 local governments in Abia State that they did their election on Sunday instead of Saturday. So INEC was quite clear on the use of card reader. So if you do anything outside the stipulated guidance, it means you have helped in very substantial way, not conforming to the electoral guidelines. Having said that, I think I read the statement he made, but I think I've watched him partially, and where he said that though he is yet to read the judgment.
He didn't read it.
He didn't read the judgment. If he read the judgment, some of those generalization of facts, talking about disenfranchising a particular set of people. No, the Opangwa clan, if you are talking about the land coverage, it's about 9 local governments. So if 3 local governments are started, but we are not talking about land, we are talking about the people that stay there to vote. The Obingwa local government is not made up of Ngwa people alone. Obingwa, part of Obingwa local government spans from Obo Hill, that is Waterside. And there are enough non-indigenous Ngwa people living in that local government. So you cannot be telling us that a particular Ngwa people have been disabled. The same thing goes to Osisioma. So he is basing his assessment based on wrong information and inaccurate understanding of the situation. So he is wrong to accuse the judge of using the card reader alone to determine the fact that the election did not conform to the electoral guidelines. What they are saying is this. A case of overvoting was established. INEC came and gave evidence in court that from our data room, this is what we uploaded from card readers. They were there in the court, PDP was there in court. There was no counter evidence to show this is the other ones that was produced out of manual accreditation. Though manual accreditation was not allowed for that particular election. They didn't present it. So how else do we want to justify a figure that the people that conducted the election said, these are the number, we are accredited to vote. Where did you get the vote? Even, he forgot to even remember that the judgment said that they couldn't even add up. Even if you take up the registered voters, the number of the vote they posted was over and above what is. There was wrong arithmetic. They did a very wrong job. They committed crime against the people, committed crime against the Electoral Act, committed crime against elementary arithmetics. that the total number of registered voters and what they posted was far above what is in the register, what was posted by INEC data room. So what are they saying?
On the last hand of the cinema, are you a teacher? Are you a teacher?
I'm a medical lab scientist by profession.
Prince Eze is looking at Mr. Inem, and I can see that you have so much to say about what he's saying.
Yes. You see, coming to the issue he is raising, I mean, as regards the over voting. What is the position of the Electoral Act about over voting? Section 53(2) is specific on that. He said there should be a cancellation and a rerun.
No? I take exception to that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
a rerun
1 second.
may take place. Excuse me.
Subsection 4.
Subsection.
No,
Okay.
All right.
Section
Section 53. Section 53.
Yes.
2 is clear.
What about 4?
Excuse me, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
You see, let me again also correct you when you said that when you talked about the judgment of Lagos State and that of Rivers.
Yes.
The judgment of Lagos State was the lead judgment was delivered, I remember, by one Obuigi. Yes. Okay, about Justice Obuigi, who led the five-man panel of justices to deliver that judgment.
Yes.
It was clear on the position they took that the Electoral Act did not specify anything as regarding or did not give recognition to that the Electoral Act did not give recognition to the card reader. Therefore, it should not determine any election. That was the position of the appeal court in that judgment. Now, in the one of Rivers, which was also led by Justice Ale Gumel, he led the other justice of the appeal court. Yes. His position was clear that the fact that the card readers were not taken into cognizance, that election stands nullified. You see, let's look at these things. Yes, looking at I know you are a lawyer, okay? Yeah. I'm also within the premise of that house, okay? Now, when you look at issues from what they are, you will understand. First of all, what are we talking about? Abia. Abians. I'm an Abian. I participated in that election. Yes. 100%. I was there from beginning to the end. I was there even when cancellations were made. The first cancellations in the election, I canceled the first election.
I'm afraid we'll have to, because we're really, really running out of time. So, can you just make your point so that the neutral man can speak?
My point is this. Given the situation at hand, I'm appealing. The justices of the Supreme Court should take into cognizance that Abia needs peace. And for us to realize peace, the judiciary and the people must work in harmonization to realize peace. Okay. In the interest of the people, let their No, excuse me. Can you establish they were paid to do that?
Okay. Mr. Nzako.
I am a very impartial person in this matter. Yes. But I tell you that if people were not hired, they would have come out during the bad administration of the previous administration.
I agree with you. People severally came out. In those past administrations.
Gentlemen.
Excuse me, let me tell you. People came out in those past administrations during Oju's Okano time, during Georgia time, where I agree with you that Abia State, excuse me, where I want to agree with you that there had been some mistakes in the past. So people came out.
People want to correct the mistake of
voting
all right, gentlemen, we'll have to go. We have to go.
The peace in Abia.
All right, gentlemen.
Let peace come to Abia. The good part to follow in realizing peace in Abia is ensuring that those who are disenfranchised are brought in to exercise their right.
You know what? We are going to
giving a rerun.
Can I say something?
Okay, wait. You are going to be the last person to speak. Okay, please go ahead. And quickly too.
Talking about peace, when in a local government where there are 17 local governments, 14 out of the 17 had voted the electorate. 3 were manipulated. I'm talking about these hired crowds, how you know they were hired. Do you know that immediately after the judgment, Abia was agog with jubilation on that Saturday, on that Thursday 31st. And it took them 2 days to go and mobilize and pay crowd to come and protest. 2 days later.
Well, you can't substantiate who paid who, but
you have evidence to prove that. But
we have spontaneous feelings of the Abia people.
All right, we have to
the
go.
peace that we are going to have is when they will stop carrying money about to
let there be peace. Let there be a rerun so that peace can come in. And whoever emerges, both of them, like I have said when I started, both of them are eminently qualified.
We have to go.
Thank you. Do a rerun. Whoever wins becomes the governor of Abia.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming. We say thank you for coming this morning. We all wait for the Supreme Court to give the final judgment on this if we get there. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. Let me say thank you to the Abga chieftain here, Chief Nwaka Inem. Thank you for being here. And of course to Prince Tony Eze, who is of the PDP. Thank you for being here. And Barrister Fred Nzako, and of course another barrister, the lawyers on the same side, Carol Okorafor. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us an opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. I will just go on a very quick break.
And we will leave politics.
Yes. Just stay with us.